Good evening, everybody. I am also will speak in English, since, as you may have guessed from my accent, I am Italian. I live in Roma, and I'm dealing with the development of the CLT business in Italy, and starting more or less 1 year ago, even in Greece. We are really, sorry, maybe here I see you better. We are really happy to be here, and we really strong believe in the potential of the Greek market for wood construction. But we are not just talking about number. We don't only want number, but we want good quality of wood construction. We want wood construction today to be of high quality because it should last for a long time. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Med Wood organizer, the Expo Med, so Elias and so on. I would like also to thank Georgios and Talos because he accepted our proposal to be a moderator. And I would like to thank you all the speakers today because it's really a nice opportunity for us to be here and to show you what we are already doing to develop this wood construction sector here. So let's start. First of all, I would like to say a lot of stuff today, but unfortunately I don't have a lot of time, so I will give you just some quick information. For any other questions and so on, you can find me in Chiliapa's stand. Sorry for the pronounce. Stand number A26, CLT House stand B25, or you can save my contact scanning the QR code and write me later in the next weeks for any other information. I will be there also tomorrow and on Monday. So let's start from Wood Products Division. As Stora Enso, our goal is to be the leading provider of solutions for buildings in wood construction. And we want to raise the general awareness of benefits of wood. We do not want just to sell material, but we want to people be aware about what wood construction means for the future. We do not just sell products, but we provide the building material, but we develop a building concept to give you a lot of information about how wood construction can be built. We provide the building kit of parts, I will show you later. And we develop digital tools, free, available from our website that you can use to start designing with wood. Finally, we really want our partner to differentiate into the market. So we really would like to be close to our customer and to our partners to let the market grow. In wood products in Stora Enso, we have two business lines, let's say. The biggest one is the traditional wood products, so classic sawn, industrial wood, pellets, and so on. And then we have building solution. I understood that Georgios already introduced you the difference between classic sawn and engineered wood products. In building solution, we deal with engineered wood products like CLT, LVL, glulam, and so on. When it comes to traditional wood products, in Greece we have an agent already, Startwood. I think Lucas is here, and I would like to thank Lucas for his job so far in this country. But when it comes for building solution, we do not have an agent. We want to be close directly with our customer, and we want to have a direct communication with them and a direct relationship. Regarding our sawmill, as Bernd said, we are really big. We have 14 sawmills all around Europe. And you can see in the pictures, the green one are the one when we produce CLT. So if we think about Greece, the Austrian mill is the closer one from here. I would like to introduce you our Silva. Silva is our brand of our kit of parts. The name, of course, remember as the forest, the wood. It's a building kit of parts for prefabricated element that can arrive in the construction site just in time. What is included in the Silva kit? We include Silva CLT walls. So you can use a CLT panel. I will show you later what CLT is, but just to let you know, the Silva kit include walls, floor and roof, stairs, beams, and columns. So we can ensure you that with all these elements, you can assemble a full structure of a wood building. But what is CLT? CLT is made of at least 3 single layers panel that are glued together, and each layer is glued with the others at 90 degrees. So it means that the panel is stiffness, it has more stiffness in both the direction. And this is why you can use a CLT panel as a floor and as a wall. How the CLT panel is made? What we do in our mill. We sort and cut the boards. We finger jointing them. We plane them, and we press and single layer glue them, creating a single layer. The single layer are then lay up one to each other, press and sanded to create the final master panel. I think a video is better to explain you this. So let's see all the steps in this video.
Layer, then cross-layering 3 to 9 times. The layers are pressed and then sanded precisely. Now the wooden element is cut with millimeter precision to the exact specifications required for the final build. CNC cutting lets us make exactly the right panels in the right shape and size for any building. When the exact dimensions are ready, they're packed according to the customer's installation sequence, transported in the right order, on time, to your location, allowing for a smooth, efficient construction on site. The future? It was in the forest all along.
Okay. Yeah, maybe a video is better to explain all the steps better than speaking. Okay, so about this slide, I just want to let you know that it's really important when you design with CLT to take into consideration the production size. In the orange square, you can see our width and our length. We can produce a CLT panel from 8 to 16 meters, but it's important that you consider also the transportation limits on the route. I will not enter into the details of these tables, but this is just to let you know that this is the kind of table that you see in our brochure. And here you can understand the thickness of the element and the thickness of each single layer creating the final panel. So this is how a table like this can be read. We are able to produce CLT panel in 3 different visual quality, from the best one, the visual quality, from the non-visual quality. Each board is selected according to these quality rules. And we can ensure you that the visual quality, but also the industrial quality is really, really beautiful. Our panel, of course, can be used in construction according to our ETA. So they are CE marked based on our ETA production. And in the ETA documentation, you can find all the technical information and the technical properties. Let's see now the application. So where you can use a CLT wall panel for load-bearing walls, of course. So you can apply to a CLT wall the load-bearing structure of a building. And it's good for mid to rise residential building, offices, and school. In this case, we are used to have the external board vertically in order to have more pressure, to be able to follow the pressure. You can use also the CLT panel as a floors and roof element, and it's good for span up to 6 meters. This is the, I would say, not the maximum, but the best application. If you go over 6 meters, we suggest you using a rip panel element that is created from a single CLT panel plus glulam beams. And you can arrive up to 11 meters long. But let's see why. Why we should build with CLT and with wood in general. Let's see now 7 good reasons why. Wood is a low carbon and circular solution. It means, I think all of you already thought about it, wood is the only construction material who grows naturally in the forest. We don't have to produce it. We have wood in the forest. We just have to take forest as forest. We have to take care of the supply chain of the forest and of the wood. But no other material grow naturally. And this is really the key important message. All of you know that the growing trees absorb CO2 from the atmosphere and stock carbon into the fibers of the wood. So it means that if you use CLT, you are stocking CO2 into a building, into the element. This is known as carbon sequestration. And if we harvest tree and immediately we plant new tree, we are ensuring a continuous removing of CO2 from the atmosphere. This is really important. No other construction does that. Why we should think about it? Because unfortunately, we know that buildings make a huge impact on global emissions. 40% of the global materials are used in construction. So all of us are responsible for this. And 10% of the global energy-related CO2 emissions come from construction sector. So it means that we can work on this 10%, working on the construction material, on the embodied carbon. If we substitute the wood for concrete and steel in construction, we instantly reduce emissions by 60%. And this is really a huge number, just using wood in construction instead of other material. Thinking that every cubic meter of wood can remove 1 ton of CO2. And if we think that we expect the annual growth of new building about 2 billion of square meters, it means that we can avoid the emissions of 500 million tons of CO2 every year. This is really a huge number, and we should think about it every time we select the material for building. In particular, our CLT are able to store 750 kilo of CO2 every cubic meter. And this is a number that you can find in our EPD. EPD is an important document. You can find it in our website. And it's the basis to create your LCA calculation of the building. If you have to calculate the LCA calculation, you can use our EPD. We have all the pedigree of the element. This is just a quick comparison between a traditional wall with concrete and a CLT wall. Both the options has insulation. And you can see that with the concrete structure, you have an emission of 66 kilo of CO2 per each square meter. If you use a CLT wall, you have an emission of 19, but at the same time, you have a stock of 91 kilo. So at the end of the day, you have a negative number. You are still on the safe side. So there is really no comparison. The numbers speak by themselves. Then, how many? I have to. Okay, I will talk just about this because it's probably one of the most important reasons. Wood is lightweight. For the more expert, I should not talk about weight, but I should talk about density. Let's consider the density of wood about 500 kilo for cubic meter. There is no comparison with other construction material. It's 5 times lighter than concrete. What does it mean? It means that wood is perfect for prefabrication. And what prefabrication means? It means that you have less EV equipment on the construction site. You have all the CNC cutting already done in our mill. You have a quiet construction, no noise. You have less dust, less construction waste, and less transportation to the landfill. Most important, you can save up to 30% of time during the construction. So the construction with wood is really quick. And all of you know what does a fast construction means. It means that at the end of the day, you can save a lot of money because you can save cost for safety, for insurance, you can save the rental for the equipment, the rental for the public space, and also for safety. Let's go. You can also save a lot of volume of concrete because since wood is lighter, you don't need the EV concrete foundation. The foundation is really small, and this is again a cost reduction. You have up to 80% fewer deliveries than concrete. You can see the comparison between the trucks. The green one is concrete, the blue one is timber, and it means less emissions, less local traffic, and fewer logistics costs. Additionally, all the transportation are already optimized to lower the emissions and the cost. Finally, the work sites are safer. It's needed less people to install a timber structure. So it means that you can reduce the risk of accident, you have less EV cuttings, and you can pre-install the lifting devices and also the protection membrane. May I ask Georgios how many times? Georgios? How many? Okay. No, it's important that all of you have your space. Okay, then, wood is perfect also for extending the building lifespan. Again, it's the perfect choice because it's low carbon, is lighter than concrete, so it's perfect to extend the existing building. Just a moment, I need to drink. Okay, so you can use wood for extending in height the existing building. Here, for example, you have a nice building in London where we added more than one levels. It's perfect to densify the urban landscape because you can arrive where no other material can arrive. For example, in Paris, we built a building on a bridge. And this is crazy. No other material was able to do so. You can see the building on top of a bridge with the railway behind. This is why wood is a circular solution, because the more we use the same material, the more we keep the CO2 far away from the atmosphere. So it's good that we reuse the same element for different times. We reuse the same building. We apply some retrofit assumption on existing building. For example, the panels of this pavilion, here you can see a roof, but the same panel has been used as a residential building in Czech Republic after the first stage of the life. Then, we know now that energy is really expensive, especially in this time. So it's important to keep the bills of our house low. And this is also good. And this is where wood is perfect, because it's airtight and naturally thermal. You can think that the thermal conductivity of CLT is 0.11 watt per. I think I have done. Yes. I think I can finalize, because in any case, the time is. I will be very quick. You can have also an economical advantage of using timber, because you have a selling proposition. This is really important for the market. Developers report higher sales, rental, and lease rates for wood buildings. If you want to sell a wood building, you will have more money. And we have to consider that the next generation are more willing to consider wood building. At the end, I just want to say that we have 10 reasons why wood is good for you, also for the well-being. You have a better mood in wood rooms, and so on. People feel better, work better, and perform better in a working space out of wood. Finally, I would like to invite you to visit our website. Then you can find a lot of digital tools, completely free, that can help you designing wood construction. Our reference library with all our projects. Our building concept, that is the right combination of our Silva kit for buildings, in particular for multi-story residential building, industrial building, office, and schools. I also invite you to visit the Knowledge Hub for all the technical information about our material. Calculatis is the tool to create static calculation on the element. The BIM library to download and to model the 3D model of your building. And really interesting, the carbon calculator that can help you calculating the CO2 emissions of your building. Of course, we are able to create whatever you want in our mill. We are also able to apply hydrophobic coatings. We are able to provide you a loading plan and to guide you on the lifting devices. Well, to conclude, there is a need of ambition, innovation, and action. We can't do it without you. So let's make it circular together.